membership of the NGFS is very diverse. It's an asset. It covers emerging countries, developed countries from all continents. We have 5 continents represented within the network right now. It's an asset because countries are facing some very different situations. For some countries, for example, the focus is more on environmental risk at large, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and how they can accommodate development in fighting environmental risk and putting this together in their development strategy. For OECD-like countries, the issue is more how to do this transition from one productive model to another while limiting the social cost, I would say, in a way. And it's very useful because, of course, everybody brings a different approaches to that, different views. So far, we have decided in our first NGFS progress report to focus more on climate risk because we believe this is where we can go in the direction of a more data-driven analysis. But going forward, we really want to open up a scope and also cover environmental risk at large. And for that reason, we really want to reach out to emerging countries in general, in particular from Africa. And I really would like to call them to join us, to share their experience with us. My experience from 18 months of NGFS is that it's a really transformative process. People join and they meet up with other people, they go through papers, they exchange, they discuss, and finally they bring in a lot of expertise and experience that they can implement in their own jurisdiction. So please don't hesitate, contact me and join us. It's a real challenge, and it's also a paradox in a way because in some geographic areas, like in Europe, you have a huge amount of available savings, which is invested at 0 interest rate. And on the other hand, you have some huge needs and financing needs in emerging countries, in particular in Africa. So the question for us is, how can we do the match between these available savings and the financing needs from emerging countries and African countries? To do that, there are certainly 2 things that we should try to achieve. The first thing is to turn needs into projects, which means basically finding a way to market appropriately some smaller projects into a marketable product or investment vehicle that would be in a position to attract investors. And the second point is also, at some point, there is certainly a need to de-risk those projects, and I think what a number of actors like the IFC have been doing is certainly a step in the right direction to take on board the first loss, to attract and crowding in investors from developed countries. I think we are moving in that direction, which is good, but we certainly can do more, and in that regard I really believe the NGFS, but also some multilateral organizations can certainly help to turn these needs into projects and to crowd in private investment from developed countries.